class, we have learned about acids and bases. You have gone through the portions, I think, and you may have also learned the names of acids as well as bases. Okay, now tell me, what is the taste of acid? Yes, acids taste sour. What is the taste of base? Yes, they taste bitter. Okay, if I am giving you a substance, I am telling you to identify whether that substance is acidic or basic. What you will do? Of course, your answer will be, I will be tasting it and telling you whether it is acidic or basic. Isn't it? But it is not comfortable to taste everything. Why is it so? It is because there are certain substances which are said to be as strong and certain substances as weak. Both acids and bases may be strong or weak. For example, in the case of acids, if it is a mineral acid like sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, it is normally strong acids. Whereas natural acids like acetic acid, citric acid, etc. are weak acids. And if the substance given to you is sulfuric acid, as I told you, there are dilute as well as concentrated acids. Especially if I am giving you with concentrated sulfuric acid and telling you to identify the nature. You are thinking about tasting it. You take it in a test tube or beaker. You are just touching it and thinking of tasting it and touching it. Even on touching, your hand gets burned. It gets burned. And that is because it is very strong. So it can burn the skin. In such a situation, how can you taste it? Even if you cannot touch it, then how can you taste? So it is not comfortable to taste everything. Not only in the case of acids, but also in the case of bases. So we cannot taste all the substances. Even some more things are there, like sometimes there may be the presence of certain other things because of which we are not able to identify the taste of it. For example, you know, lemon juice tastes sour. But if you are squeezing some lemon juice into water and adding some sugar, more than enough sugar you are adding and tasting it, normally you won't be able to identify its sour taste. Instead, you will be feeling like it's sweet. In such situation also, we won't be identifying the sour taste, even though it is sour. So, by tasting, it is not comfortable to identify the nature. So, we should have something for identifying the nature of the substance. For that, we use something called indicators. In chemistry, we are having certain indicators to identify the nature of substances. The word indicator is familiar to you. Well, have you heard the word? Yes, in vehicles, we are having indicators. I know in this lockdown period, you are missing your vehicle rides and all. Even though, pray for a better situation. Okay. In vehicles, why do we use indicator? Normally, indicators help us to identify where this vehicle is going. Whether it is to right side or to left side. Isn't it? So, it helps us to identify whether it is to right or left. Similarly, the indicator in chemistry help us to identify whether the substance is acidic or basic, like right or left. It helps us to identify whether it is acidic or basic. Okay.
So, indicators are special type of substances
used to identify whether a substance is acidic or basic. They change their color with acidic or basic substances. See, in indicators, you can identify whether the substance is acidic or basic, but it is with the help of its color change. It will be giving different color changes, different colors with acidic as well as basic solutions. Okay, and here we are having natural indicators as well as synthetic indicators. We will be dealing with some natural indicators, and they are litmus, China rose and turmeric. We will be starting with litmus indicator. Litmus indicator is obtained as extracts from lichens. You can see the picture of lichen here, and lichens are familiar to you. You have learned in smaller classes in biology about lichens. An extract of lichen is used as indicator and it is called litmus. This extract is purple or mauve in color. And when we are adding an acidic solution into this litmus solution, it changes to red. And when we add a basic solution into it, it changes to blue. Okay. And normally we will be using litmus paper instead of this litmus solution. Litmus paper are of two types. There is blue litmus paper as well as red litmus paper. You can see the picture of blue as well as red litmus paper here. The main use to test whether the solution is acidic or alkaline. What is meant by alkaline? Alkaline means a basic substance when dissolved in water, we call it as alkali. Basic solution is otherwise called alkaline solution. Okay, alkali means soluble bases dissolved in water. Okay, now let's see the color change of this litmus papers. For testing a solution, we have to use both red as well as blue litmus papers. We have to dip red litmus paper first and then blue litmus paper into this solution. When we are dipping a red litmus paper into the solution and finding that there is no change, which means the red litmus remains red itself. And if we are dipping blue litmus paper and it changes to red, that means here with this solution the final color of the litmus paper is red itself. There is no color change with red litmus, and also blue changes to red. That is, the final color is red. If it is so, it is called an acidic substance. On the other hand, if red litmus changes to blue and blue litmus remain blue itself, that is final color is blue, such solution is basic in nature. I think it's clear to you how to identify whether it is acidic or basic with the help of litmus paper. For not getting confused, you just remember the final color, so that it will be comfortable for you. So if there is no color change with the red litmus paper and blue litmus changes to red, it is acid. If red litmus changes to blue and blue litmus remain blue itself, it is base. Okay. Now suppose you are given with a solution and testing with both red as well as blue litmus paper. With red litmus paper, you find that there is no color change. So you will be feeling like it remains red, so it is acidic. Then you are testing with blue litmus paper as well. Then also you find no change. So that means it is not acid and it remains blue itself. So it is not at all acidic or basic. Such substances which are neither acidic nor basic are said to be as neutral substances. So such substance is identified as a neutral substance. I think it's clear to you. If there is no color change with both red as well as blue litmus papers, that substance is called neutral. So what are neutral substances? The substances which are neither acidic nor basic are called neutral substances. Examples for neutral substances are water, sugar, common salt, etc. Now, to identify the color changes exactly, I'll show you a video. See, in your lab manual, there is an activity to do, and in that activity you are doing tests with this litmus paper and different solution. That activity is shown in this video. Okay, watch it.
The form of a solution on the form of strips of paper available as red and blue litmus paper. Let us perform a small activity. To a tumbler containing lime juice, add some water. Put a drop of the solution on a strip of red litmus paper. Note down if there is any change in the color. Do the same with blue litmus paper. The blue litmus paper turns red as the lemon juice contains citric acid. Repeat the same activity with the following substances. Tap water. With red litmus paper and blue litmus paper, there is no change in the color on both the strips of paper. Detergent solution. Red litmus paper turns blue. Blue litmus paper exhibits no change. Aerated drinks. Blue litmus paper turns red. Red litmus shows no change. Soap solution. Red litmus turns to blue. Blue litmus shows no change. Solution. This also is a neutral solution, so no change is observed on either strips of paper. Vinegar. Blue litmus paper turns red. Baking soda. Under basic conditions, red litmus paper turns blue, and under acidic conditions, blue litmus turns red. Milk of magnesia. Red litmus turns blue. Washing soda solution. Red litmus paper turns to blue. Solutions which do not change color of either red or blue litmus paper are known as neutral solutions. These substances are neither acidic nor basic.
Now you are familiar with this litmus indicator. You have seen how to identify whether a substance is acidic or basic with the help of litmus as indicator. Now, in the next class we will be learning how to identify a substance nature with the help of China rose indicator. Here in the case of litmus, you don't have this litmus in your hand, so you cannot do the experiment. But don't worry, in the next class onwards you will be starting doing experiments. So wait for the next class. Okay.